Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Downtime Activities, and welcome back to the Curian Empire, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, with a small group, an Epic 6 rule set, and some of the flavors of the Mediterranean, as it were.
Still a good joke.
Still a good joke. I still appreciate it.
That's what I appreciate.
That's what I appreciate, man.
When last we left off, you had begun attempting to foster a revolution in Iaera. Trying to get the elves to uprise against the Curian Empire. And you met with rousing success. You have recruited one person.
Who we did not get their name.
And we bought a horse.
And you bought a horse. So I suppose the horse is part of the rebellion too?
Mm-hmm.
Pegasus.
No, it's a horse.
Close enough.
Just a normal horse.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You did not buy a Pegasus, that is true.
I also didn't buy it.
In character, I've decided Tertius is confused why you keep calling your horse Pegasus, and we'll probably be like, it's not a, it's a horse. It's not a
It's the
Pegasus.
equivalent of the cargo space? No, cargo road, buddy.
Cargo road. I haven't heard that one. That's good.
Do Pegasi exist in this world here?
Presumably.
Okay.
You've never seen
Hot
one.
damn, I might be trading this horse in.
Middleman Clydesdale Pegasuses. to fly, they're like birds. They have hollow bones. You would snap a Pegasus in half.
Gotta try it. Gotta find out.
I could ride a Pegasus.
Pegasus. I probably couldn't ride a Pegasus. You definitely could not ride a Pegasus.
We won't know till we gotta try.
You won't know until you've killed 3 Pegasi. Just because.
Well, we didn't know if the first 2 were just really weak Pegasus.
For the sake of science, you gotta repeat your experience.
You also have to get onto a normal horse with fake wings glued onto it as a control study.
See, it didn't die, and these are really crappy wings that I built, so...
At any rate,
I think you should also attach some sort of homemade hang glider apparatus to a horse and ride it off a cliff just to fully test.
Yeah! Yeah!
The wind wasn't right.
That's science, baby.
You see this aircraft? It's got 1 horsepower. Slaps horse. Go on, buddy. Run as fast as you can.
Do your best.
Okay, we're on the road.
We're on the road again.
Aviator topics.
Oh, okay, we're on the road again.
Yeah, you're heading away from the coast, north towards the city of Caenis, I believe.
Heading up to Caenis.
To Caenis.
Okay, it's a couple of days, but it's really pretty easy riding. You guys have good horses. One significantly faster than another, but
Literally, wait, no. Yeah, you have the super fast horse, don't you?
Yeah.
We have one that's super fast, one that's normal fast, and one that's a little slower.
So I guess the marching order is the super fast, the normal fast, and then the slow.
I don't know, your horse needs to be at the back, otherwise you'll leave us in the dust. His probably should leave. He needs to set the pace.
You need a pacer car.
Let's head on up to Caenis.
Cool.
Should I write down my horse's speed? Does that matter?
I don't
Not really.
Okay.
Unless you decide to take it into a race, or
Mine is the slowest because it's the big one.
you would like to actually ride it during combat.
Right? Mine's the slowest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a draft horse. It's a little slower.
That's okay.
See, what Tertius' plan is once he gets his chariot and mounts his lion on it, that horse is going to be his.
No, I'm just gonna get a pair of war horses. Some war horses.
Oh, a pair of ostriches. Yeah, that's right. War ostriches.
Whichever battle they choose to ride me into, we will ride valiantly.
They're gonna split and then crash into each other. And this is where we park.
And this is where we park. Oh, hey, how's it going?
What they're gonna do is kick people's limbs off.
Wherever they feel like it. I don't know. It's not my decision.
And shot like 20 feet back. Never mind.
There will be a true terror on the battlefield. Look,
If we can get to the battlefield.
Look, a more or less modern army lost a war against emus. So
Yeah, I believe it.
let's.
That was the
Show
Australian.
them some respect.
It was the Australian army, yeah.
So
They refused to acknowledge it publicly, but it was known.
you need to respect these animals, man.
You can kick the door off your car. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dingo's going to steal your baby.
Onward. So heading into the city, we need to find out who's in charge and like shove him off or something. The practice isn't what done this.
And you tell them that Tertius
practice
is responsible.
is responsible.
I, Charlotte Crane.
The city's still there.
Wow.
I want to ask around about who the like local governor is.
Okay.
I know there's a provincial governor, but just ask around.
Persuasion check.
Use this die yet? Hey, 21.
21. So there is a.
Good one right here, buddy. Good work.
This like leader of the city is from an old elven family. There is a like local military leader who's in charge of like essentially like an elven general. There is also like there are also sort of like Curian ambassadors and like and a like Curian centurion here as part of like the sort of specifically Curian military contingent, but the actual like leadership of the city is elven.
Okay.
So we need to kill the Centurion and the...
Maybe just the Centurion.
Maybe.
I'd send a message.
Yeah, but I think if we also get rid of at least one of the you said there was a Centurion and who...
There's like a Curian like ambassador.
There you go, ambassador. Get one of the ambassadors.
Ambassador's not even really the word I'm looking for. It's like he's kind of
like a dignitary.
Yeah. The word functionary also kind of came to mind. There is a heavy Curian presence in the city.
Let's take the function out of this functionary.
We're here to function you up.
We're here to
Shoves him out window.
you up.
I'm Max, and I'm Wood, and we're here to function you up. All of our viewers who are of the age of probably like 25 and younger, sorry for a reference that even we shouldn't understand, probably.
Half of our references, viewers 25 and under probably don't understand.
We are too young to make the reference that just got made, so you're definitely too young to understand it.
So essentially we have two targets. Or one main one, but an optional second one that could be...
I think to start with... Oh God, I should... Tertius would probably like Tertius' plan would be like, I want to get in touch with anybody who would see themselves as like a local rebellion. How would he go about doing that? Asking around.
Bars.
Is that a good idea? No, it's not. Does Tertius think that's a good idea? Probably. So
I'll mention this. At this point, Wolf is sober because this is not a time to be drunk.
I'm gonna go.
Another reference people 25 and under may not understand. Are you the Judean People's Front?
Those hacks were the People's Front of Judea. I'm not going to stone someone just for saying Jehovah.
All I said was that nose too was good enough. Jehovah.
I played the biggest dickest scene for my parents the other day, and I laughed so hard.
That's
my
my
mom just
player name on this character.
Biggest
You find out Hawaii is about when I mentioned my plan?
The fact that the guards were all hired extras and they told them that if they laughed during the scene they would get paid, and then they spent the whole scene trying to make them laugh. So you get the bits where he's like right up in front of somebody's face, just like whispering to it, and you're watching the guy's face just like twist and contort as he's like chewing on his own lips.
You can watch every single guard in that scene flinch every time he says it. Even the ones that aren't close, you can see the guys in the background.
It's so funny.
Oh man.
It's exactly the type of dickery that the Monty Python would do to their cats.
I would like to go to the blacksmith that I was going to buy my armor from.
Right.
Because he was a traditional Iaeran blacksmith.
I would like to go with him.
I assume you're just following him around taking notes.
Yeah, I'm following around. It's probably not wise for the dwarf to be alone in the city.
Don't wander. I'm going to go up to him with way too much confidence. And in a voice that's quiet, but not as quiet as it should be.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in a voice that's way too loud.
You want to handle the PHB there?
Sure.
Okay.
if you like. Not sure if you remember me. I was going to buy some armor from you, and happened upon a heirloom. I say wearing the armor I'm wearing currently.
I certainly remember the armor.
You helped refit it, I believe.
Well, fit straps to it. It seemed to fit you just fine already.
Mm-hmm. There's no beating around the bush with this. You strike me as a true Iaeran. Oh God. I just realized that I'm just a himbo version of fucking Dermir. I'm just himbo Dermir. And if that doesn't make sense to you, watch the Skygate campaign.
Oh man.
I'm himbo Dermir.
Dermir.
Oh my god, you're about to start with the Make Iaera Great Again.
Dermir as not the crazy-eyed dwarf, but as a himbo is the only thing that would be funnier than him
Normal
being the
googly-eyed dwarf. Like, you seem like a true Iaeran to me, so I think I can trust at least your discretion, if not your help. I have heard some rumor of groups that would oppose local Curian rule, and I would like to get into contact with them. And any advice that would help lead me there would be greatly appreciated.
Roll me a persuasion. And I'll roll an insight.
19. No, 20. I have a plus 4. 20.
He just kind of looks you up and down for a minute, and then motions you into the forge yard.
Okay.
Essentially, like, sticks a blacksmith hammer in your hand, pulls a length of steel out of the fire, sets it on his ankle, and motions for you to hit it.
Okay. I am proficient in carpenter's tools, not in smith's tools, but I will give it as mighty a swing as I can.
Okay, roll me an athletics.
22.
2.
Persuasion and athletics. I'm in my wheelhouse, my actual wheelhouse now. Religion, not so much.
No, you're in a smithy.
Yeah, you're in a smithy, not a wheelhouse.
This isn't even a wheelhouse. This is a fake house. live on a throne of lies.
It is a mighty blow. Sparks fly. He sets the deformed steel sort of back in the forge. It says, "Well, you're at least strong, even if you're not bright. There are people all over Iaera who hate the Curians, and a lot more who hate the governor. Don't know how many would be willing to fight, but some certainly would. The problem is getting them to trust you.
To trust what? Sorry.
Getting them to trust you to lead them.
My hope is to make a bold statement, to be inspiration, and put a bit of a rallying cry behind the name. What I need is for anyone who hears that cry to know where to go. And circulating that information proves risky and challenging. I have a location that my compatriots and I have found, a very old city, by our standards, that could hold and be a place to muster. But it is very hard to find.
Well, hard to find sort of the thing you need for a rebellion. I can certainly spread word, though, again, it's contingent upon you proving that you're going to do what it takes. There are a lot of people looking for someone like that.
I suppose it's time to prove to them and myself whether I'm that person or not.
I warn you, though, with that armor, you start making a ruckus around here, and word is going to spread quickly. If you're expecting to walk peacefully through any Curian cities after this, it's probably not going to happen. And in fact, if I'm honest with you all, some of the rumors I'm hearing from farther west would suggest that maybe at least a couple of you probably can't walk all that comfortably in Curian cities for much longer anyway.
Shit, they found us out.
Well, from what I heard, it was a big dog, not a big cat, but some people can't tell the difference around here anyway.
These stories, you know.
The question then. Registrations. Okay. Weird thing, but would he have half plate that I could buy from that would fit me? That I could buy.
I could make it, or modify a set for sure.
Okay, well, I don't have a set for him to modify, but
It'll probably take him a couple of days, but we could spend some time scouting out while you look that up.
yeah.
I think that's worthwhile.
Yeah. How much would that run me?
It's
It's $750.
Yeah, you can get it for something.
Yeah, I'm about to have 10 gold.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Well, I have 10 gold, 9 copper, and 6 silver.
Hey, rebellions are expensive, okay?
I want to ask him if he has any scrap material, like of blades or shields that I could purchase from him. That he,
If you're willing to purchase it, of course.
cool. I will take some of those.
Okay. How much money worth of scrap? would
That
you
means, just saying now.
Probably like 5 gold.
like? Okay. You can get it's pretty mismatched stuff, but you can get a reasonable amount of. It's going to be mostly
money bag now.
steel, iron, and bronze.
Okay.
Some just like plain copper in there as well, but
Okay.
you can get kind of a mix of
You
scraps.
guys see me pull out all of my axes, which there's a shit ton of them, a bunch of different sizes, and I'm like holding some of these pieces to them just all over the place and putting them in a pile. And you get to see some fun stuff.
Yeah, so I'll pay him the $750
Okay.
for the.
He'll get working on that. He'll take some measurements, and
You buying this armor is giving me a brilliant idea. Well, we don't need... You kill us in Turian. What do the people think? Well, they stab someone in an alleyway. They can cut throats. Can they lead a rebellion? Can they fund a rebellion? We need to rob these motherfuckers. That's what we need to do. That's how we make our statement. And how we fund our rebellion at the same time.
Can we do both?
We're gonna have to, I'm sure. Have you seen me try to sneak places? We're gonna have to stab.
Well, this
some people.
halfway's going to give me disadvantage to stealth checks. So.
I can help with that.
If you're once again, Brandon's characters, there are only stealth option, but also a big fucking animal.
Yeah.
So once he gets seen, game over.
This one, slightly better.
Bigger fucking animal.
Hey,
But
he's got dark vision now, so like we don't have to wait for a level up.
I will totally admit that as soon as I noticed the difference that Dark Vision made in Baldur's Gate 3, it's now kind of just the like, well, now I just mostly want to set characters that have dark vision, because once you notice the difference it makes,
Once you can actually physically see it.
you're like, because if you play a creature without dark vision on your first playthrough, you don't notice it at all. And then later you're like, whoa, holy shit. Or you switch to Gale and you're like, this motherfucker's blind.
He's blind.
Yes. Which also interesting thing is why like Fire Genasi have their alternate color dark vision where they see things in hues of red and gray.
That is one sad thing that they didn't do with dark vision, is make dark vision actually like kind of black and white, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because I just think that would have been neat, but it also probably would have been really hard to do, so I don't blame them for not doing it.
And why would have been pretty jarring if you're like literally at the threshold where they consider a darkness area and a lit area, and like if you like move across and it like shifts your entire perspective.
You
to
think
the
your
other
TV breaks?
monochrome, and you're like, oh god.
Weird, yeah.
I saw a thing with them talking about it, and that's the same reason they didn't put Dispel Magic in the game. They put Counterspell because it's easy to just cancel something out. But Dispel Magic, they said they literally would have had to double the memory of everything in the game. The game would be double the size.
Like they would have to, they'd have to double the size of the game just to have that one spell because there's so many things it could potentially interact with.
Well, they still do Dispel Curse and Lesser Restoration stuff, and those both already affect a lot of different things.
Yeah, but luckily those are countable.
At any rate, we should rob these motherfuckers. Because then that is a statement made and funding for a rebellion, which we will meet.
Just character thing that I've decided I'm going to do. When we're having conversations like this, periodically you'll just see me take out like really crappy little journal and just like jot stuff down as we talk and close it, and like we need to rob these guys.
Tertius Praxis. This date, this year.
I mean, philosophers in this like great open marble square. I believe it was Tertius Praxis in the Third Age who said, "We need to rob these motherfuckers." I believe that applies here. Anyway, give me your wallet. Sophisticated money.
Please play a sophisticated philosopher
Thief rogue mugger.
in a future campaign of some type, because that just sounds hilarious.
That'll be awesome. We need to find like. They don't do like treasure barges, do they? How do we rob them though? How do we like rob an imperial treasury here?
Give me a history check.
I would recommend finding something that isn't just gold to take.
Also, not my wheelhouse. Why'd I grab the DM's die? It's not an advantaged.
You said perception?
15.
History.
15. That's pretty
15.
good for me.
You would know that traditionally there's a pretty big, like, city treasury, typically in the largest temple in like large iron cities. There's probably one in like the old palace here. You don't know if like the Curian garrison or like the forum here or anything like that have their own treasuries.
Because I feel like if we rob
the
it...
other thing that you personally would know, and I think 15 applies to this as well, is that taxes have gone up quite a bit with under Marcellus Sorix. So presumably all of that is being moved as well as, kept in places until it is moved.
So we find
You
one
don't
of these
know
places
anything
that's being
about
kept,
that, but-
and then
Or hit it while it's moving, one or the other.
hey,
But
we have
ideally where it's kept will be a larger stockpile.
we have a lot of experience of waiting for
We're
transport.
really good at attacking transports. I will murder that caravan driver on accident. I will pin him to his seat.
You mean on purpose?
What?
I
No.
would say functionally kind of close to this one. But yeah,
Yeah, fair. I guess we want to start looking around information gathering. God, it's hard to not do this in a way that stands out. You're good at not. Well, you stand out like a sore thumb, but you can sneak.
Yes.
Hey, I don't have half play yet, so
You could probably. I worry being around Curians in general because my armor
stands out.
and we've done some shit.
yeah.
And especially you and me standing next to each other with my armor and a dwarf in this part of the country, they'll be like, "Wait a minute, I've heard this joke."
So a dwarf and an elf walk into a
Soldiers, arrest that joke.
bar. What? No! And
The
then
dwarf says, he's drunk. And and then the elf says, "Whoa!"
And speaking dwarvish. but
And speaking dwarvish.
Mostly it's because he's
Hey, that's offensive, but true. So
If we can scout out near, I assume that it'd be near the it'd be somewhere near their military complex. I doubt that it's funneling through like local elven nobility's household or local elven temples. unless those have there'd be a strong military presence. So one or both of you guys could like scout out the military area here and get a read, see if we can find any of that stuff. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, so they're expecting a dwarf and a cat and a dog, not a dwarf and a cat.
That's right.
So we can totally do that. All right, yeah. I said let's go perusing.
Go scout a little bit.
Do we even know where the fuck we're going?
I mean, you could find a, like, Curian military emplacement in the city, but they're also, like, they're, like, the soldiers seem mostly stationed kind of around the Forum. Some of the other sort of, like, more, like, traditionally Curian buildings. And does seem to be, like, a garrison here in the city, but...
Can I ask the blacksmith if he knows if there's a like emplacement where the garrison is based out of in the city?
It's not far from the Forum.
Can he point it out on or like give us a rough directions to follow?
Looking around near the Forum, it's not hard to find it. Fairly defensible building.
Okay.
guess
Lots of
scout it
Curian
out.
soldiers.
Yeah, I guess let's go to the Forum. Axe.
Okay.
A funny thing happens on the way to the Forum. Let's reference classical plays.
Let's
now.
all go to the
Not
Forum
classical, I
and
guess.
commit larceny.
All right. I guess once we get to the Forum, let's see if we can find this defensible building.
Okay, it is not hard to find.
I'm intentionally not with it.
Yeah, you.
You guys, you're
Pretty large dressed stone building, courtyard.
Is it gated?
The gates are like open, but they are well guarded.
Are we just looking for specific, like, people walking in with money somehow, or just
Spending some time out there, do we notice like any? I don't want to say caravans because that's not like the right.
I didn't want to say like a convoy of things,
like any groups of soldiers carrying what could be like
bags of money.
yeah.
comically large burlap sacks with dollar signs written on them.
No, you do see lots of couriers coming and going. Most of them unarmed, most of them like without escorts. They mostly seem to be. They mostly seem to be coming and going from the direction of the of the Forum. Some are heading sort of towards the like old palace elsewhere in the city. That seems to be most of the traffic. Sometimes soldiers come and go, but none of them like carrying suspicious bags or chests.
So seeing the couriers go from the Forum to this building, are there like any hidden alleys where we could snatch them off the street?
Yeah, plenty.
I say let's snatch one.
Okay, but are we?
What?
I'm not smart enough to know this. Never mind. If we're not gonna kill him, then what are you gonna say when we let him go?
Not gonna waste.
Okay. All right. Guess we're about to kidnap someone. All right.
All right.
Everybody knows.
Okay, let's go.
Everybody knows Jerry and Erickson here in particular will know that the first step to a good heist is kidnapping someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
Whether it be on purpose or on accident, or because your friend rolled really bad and just locked the door.
That's the key. That's the key. That's what you gotta do. Fuck's sake. We had a plan.
And then Erickson has to beat somebody to death with a vibro wrench. Twice.
Comically large line of people that had to keep beating to death with vibro wrenches as they found the other people.
I believe 9 people died.
Yeah,
As a result of that
of
that heist.
Over the course of that heist.
No innocence.
2 from him, 3.
Well, there was a lot killed in the gunfire on
You
the way
killed
out.
2 guards. He killed, I think, 3 people on his own. And then the other 4 got gaffy whacked right before you guys hauled ass for your escape.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Ras Hoss
Hoss
Radborn.
Ras Hodborn.
Which is what Skler named his Starfield character, and he's like I'm statted entirely into persuasion and shotguns. They're like, you really are playing Hoss Radborn.
Hoss Radborn.
Okay, so we'll just find an alleyway and just kind of wait for a courier to be coming by from the, not from the
Coming
Listen here, buddy.
towards the garrison or what?
towards the garrison, because
Okay.
then they would have something for the garrison that we could steal.
Okay.
Are you getting information or are you just robbing a guy?
How you?
Hey, at this point,
How you? I mean, because you can totally reach out and grab him. Who's doing the grabbing? Are you trying?
You have
Are
the
you
badge.
trying to
drag.
keep him from?
Yeah.
Trying to keep him from screaming.
Essentially, I would say that would be the plan.
okay. Is this
Give me a stealth check and an athletics check.
Both of us, or just
Yeah,
two?
Katie's doing the
Okay.
grabbing.
you said stealth and athletics? The
Yep.
stealth is a 19.
Okay.
The athletics is 9.
9.
So almost possible lowest roll.
Come on, roll really
I
bad.
guess. Yeah, I mean it will be a contested
I'm not
check.
raging, so it would have been with advantage if I get angry.
Well, you don't grab him very hard, but somehow you grab him.
Hey!
And,
He's just a courier.
and he makes a sort of comical like as you like drag him into the alleyway, but nobody seems to have noticed.
Okay. Lower him down.
Am I like tilting him?
I don't know. Do something. I can't be looking up at him and be like, okay, listen here.
I can't intimidate him from down here. Bring it down to my level.
By the way, if you try and intimidate him, let me know, because I can help with that. I actually can help with
You
that.
might not need to.
I might not
I think I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't. 'Cause
What he's thinking is slits his throat, can't speak with dead.
You're like, some magic shit. Yeah.
We're gonna ask you if you could.
Well, before I start talking with him, I'm gonna loot his pockets, like see if there's any.
He's
oh,
carrying.
no, we definitely are not on the same.
He's carrying a
I
bag.
had a completely different idea of what I thought.
He's carrying a
we
bag
were
full
gonna
of
open with.
scrolls. And
Like magic scrolls or just scrolls?
scrolls.
Oh, okay. Magic squirrels?
Squirrels. A bag of squirrels.
You know already that it's a bag of squirrels because it's going like this the whole time.
Don't open it.
No,
Don't unbuckle that bag.
You can't tell if they're magical or not. They are scrolls. They seem to be.
You are a spellcaster.
So if they are.
You were talking about a spell earlier.
No, you would.
Yeah,
you,
that's
you,
good.
I guess
think you have
Command? Are you talking
One's-
command?
Well, no,
You
we
speak
have one free
common.
one per day.
Oh yeah.
You
I can-
you speak common, so like you can tell these are non-magical
Okay.
scrolls. They're written in.
Okay.
Common. And 4 silver pieces.
Okay. I'll take those. That gives me a gold piece.
Oh, hey. Adds up.
Yeah, adds up. Okay, so I'm going to cast Charm Person because I can
Okay.
use it once per day.
Okay. I believe that's a
Wisdom save.
right? 17.
He beats it
Ooh.
because mine's a 15 with the +1. Okay, then that doesn't work. I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like,
Can you use inspiration to force someone else to re-roll something?
"Could I?" Like, if it's a
That's a
save
decision.
and he succeeds, can I force him to re-roll that?
I usually run inspiration as you get to re-roll any of your dice. Like if you fail the check, you could use it, but
Yeah.
not to make somebody else re-roll.
Yeah.
Like make an enemy re-roll. But that's up to the DM.
usually what we do. I was just wondering if they say it sort of
Yeah, if it's
Is
printed.
there an official ruling on it?
quite
Would
specific.
that be DMG or PHB?
My guess is it would be somewhere in the PHP. You know what, let's do what I'm always too stupid to do. Go to the index and see where it says inspiration.
Under Appendix E, it says inspirational reading. Would it be under there?
No.
Mm-hmm. Then
Unlikely.
not combat, maybe adventuring, maybe ability score.
Inspiration, page 125.
Oh yes, where it says literally inspiration. Me bypassing my ability to read anything.
I was looking at total.
I was
section.
elected to lead, not to read.
Not to read.
Yeah, it's just you.
Okay.
Apparently, they also are like, if you would like, you can give your inspiration point to somebody else for doing good, like RP and stuff. But it's just like, yeah, but shouldn't the DM be giving them inspiration for that? You shouldn't be like,
There's
I would
only
sacrifice
one
my
that
point.
exists.
Exactly.
Only one of you.
And I can't give out another one until somebody spends that one.
Inspiration is like Highlanders. There can only be one.
Well, in this case, my joke was too good to not give me the second one.
So no, you cannot spend one.
So, all right, well, fine then. Okay, he beats it.
Mhm.
At this point, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame, like just kind of hold it in my hand,
Right.
and be like, "Listen, you're going to tell me everything I need to know, or my big burly friend here, and I, are going to make you a lot less pretty."
Give me intimidation roll.
With advantage, because I can help him with that.
How can you help with that?
Squeezing harder with claws.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you an advantage for that.
I picture this person very skinny and literally just being like picked up.
Oh, you got so fucked.
I am using inspiration.
It literally, if my character sheet was flat, not slightly up, it literally hit a D20, like it landed on the 20, and my sheet flipped it back over to a 2.
Even your character sheets hate player characters.
Even my character.
I used one of my points of inspiration to reroll that. Okay, that was much better.
That was both.
16
No.
on that.
You said intimidation? That's a 15.
Okay. He's just kind of staring at you wide-eyed. Yeah, I mean, his mouth is still covered, so...
Oh yeah. Oop.
Okay.
He's still just staring at you wide-eyed.
He doesn't start screaming. That's important.
What's so important about these scrolls? I've seen multiple of you going back and forth from the garrison.
I don't know, I just carry them.
Well, I guess.
Where does he come from?
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
The forum.
Where'd you go?
Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Thank you.
Okay. What is in what's in the garrison that is of so much importance that the forum needs to be sending so much stuff? You have to have some knowledge.
I just carry the messages, but I know the most of the like Curian leaderships in the garrison, or at least that's where they send most messages.
Who gave you these letters specifically, and who were you sending them to?
I was just told to drop them off at the offices in the garrison. They were given to me by a city councilman.
City councilman, you say? Do you have the name?
I can't remember with you threatening me. I can remember very little right now.
We don't think these scrolls are of super importance, do we?
I would take them. Might as well just hold them and see what happens. Okay. Here's what's going to happen, and I'm going to cast command on this one.
Okay.
So that's one. My friend here is going to let you go, and you're going to flee, and you will forget you ever saw us.
Okay. Command is a save, right?
Yes.
My wisdom save. Come on, Bernie.
7.
Yep. I beat
He
that
is
one.
magically compelled to flee.
Okay. For how long? How long does command last?
It's like an hour.
I think until I complete the action. Thankfully, it'd probably be like technically one turn that he'd spend running away. Unless.
One action, duration, 1 round.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay.
And the target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means.
Okay.
So he's using dash to get away.
He runs off.
And now we flee.
When you let him go, he would haul ass.
And be like, okay, put these in your bags. You have enough room. And let's go.
Alright.
Then we come kind of casually stroll, like nonchalantly, like back to the. I'm assuming he's still in the blacksmith.
Near it.
Yeah.
I'm probably just looming in an alley somewhere near there.
Yeah.
You guys can find me.
I just tap on the wall.
Hmm. So, what did we find? What do you guys
Probably
find?
nothing. We scared the ever-living crap out of some courier, though.
And then I'll take off the. Or
Let me see.
I'll get the scrolls and whatnot and give them to you.
Look through. What are they?
Local grain prices.
Wow, what a waste.
Compare today's local grain prices with yesterday's local grain prices. By type of grain.
Thrilling. Well, if we were hoping to start our empire based
Actually,
off
we
of
might
grain
need to
sales,
know that. We're gonna need to start growing stuff.
you keep a hold of those just in case. Huh.
Okay.
We do notice that.
Seems like barley is low, like usual.
Barley. Classic barley.
Wheat's also gone down from yesterday.
I just hear we're gonna be making alcohol soon.
Spelt is a little high. And millet is also a little high.
Ah.
At least compared to yesterday's prices.
Well,
We should get some wheat while it's low. I think we could flip that for a pretty big.
Why don't we rob them by manipulating the market?
That's just capitalism. What if we rob the government by being shrewd businessmen?
I know how we'll prove that these people were rebels.
We'll become monopoly running merchants.
It's
We'll
a lot
start
of
a
people
merchant
doing now.
company. For the next couple of years, manipulating the market to become filthy rich.
Well, outside of that,
Yeah, I don't know how helpful that was. But,
that was not helpful at all.
I
The
know
only
we
thing,
have to
the only
hire
thing that we
fakes.
notice is there's a unusual amount of number of couriers going back and forth between the garrison and the forum. But probably more stuff like this.
Just normal conversation back and forth.
We have the scrolls. Technically, the more normal of us, which would just be you, might have a way of trying to take.
Did you see lots of different couriers,
I think so. Yeah.
or was it the same couple of people?
It was
There would have been a lot of different.
Yeah. It would have been a lot.
I'd be able to take
I'll
these
case the
scrolls
joint.
and get in.
Watch my armor. Take the armor off, down to normal clothes. I'll leave my sword and shield and just have my dagger on my back. 'Cause I feel like that's pretty normal
Okay.
thing to carry, and get the scrolls,
Yep.
and come jogging up to the place.
Okay.
Does it say who it's addressed to there?
Yeah.
In the letter? Right. Missives from the forum. Grain prices. Or actually, no, I don't say that. I don't say grain prices. I just say missives from the forum.
The guards kind of give you a look of like, we really don't care.
Sir, and I'll start heading in.
Strange person.
Just walk in. No.
Can you imagine if we did if it was just like if the dwarf was doing it? Mrs. from the forum.
Strange little man.
You get the casual like guard idle dialogue of like Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. They got what it takes. Like,
because this big old buff boy.
They say he shouted him to death with his voice.
Some gate guard you were. My favorite voice line from the old Skyrim.
I would have to think about what my favorite voice line was.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often?
What am I saying?
Of course you don't.
I'm happy to know that there's no pussy. We're including whatever that machinima stuff. What were those called?
Gamer poop.
Gamer
Gamer
poops of
poops.
Skyrim. And there's much better lines.
Oh, sweet rule.
Anyway.
You're in the courtyard of this garrison.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably say something along the lines when they say that of like, maybe I'll have to join up. I'm useless with a weapon. I'd have to learn. But thank you.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, fuck.
Proceed to swag you in.
19? Fuck. Hell yeah.
They, it's kind of an eye roll and something muttered about like probably some probably some backcountry farm kid or something like that.
Got that farmer strength.
spent his whole life tipping cows and hauling wagons around.
Yeah.
They hooked him up to the plow. Like in the courtyard, it's kind of a pillared courtyard on like 3 sides. There's like training pits. One side obviously seems to lead to a barracks. Most of the buildings around this courtyard are kind of built into the defensive wall that surrounds it.
Okay.
So it seems to be pretty heavily barracks on one side. Sort of a kind of command building in front, and like quartermaster, warehouse, stables and stuff like that, kind of on the third side.
Okay.
And then the wall that you just came in through with the gate.
Probably make my way towards the like kind of command center-y
Okay.
area of it. I don't think there's someone in the barracks waiting for missives from the forum on grain prices.
Missives from the forum, grain price.
Just missives from the forum. I didn't look through them.
I'll have you know that's how Julius is funding his uprising.
Well, hopefully he starts before we do, and they're busy kicking his teeth in. Then I'll head in.
Okay. There you do see kind of other couriers coming and going as well. You do for the most part kind of just blend in with them. Give me a perception check.
7.
7. Okay. Carry on. You can go into the command building, and seems like most of the couriers kind of coming and going are just sort of dropping anything they're delivering off. Like kind of to one of the like staff. Most of the staff don't seem to be. They seem to be military, sort of, but they seem to be more just like functionaries, and like administrators, and not like soldiers.
Okay.
Though there are still plenty of people who, even if they're not in armor, look like soldiers. But a lot of the missives seem to be, apart from like few couriers who seem to be like have been told to deliver this to a specific person, most of them are just kind of being dropped off with those like functionaries or administrators.
What do I get on like a read of the room as far as layout, other places that this room leads to? Does there seem to be? You're
in kind of a big entryway. There are doors straight ahead that lead that seem to lead farther into the building. There's a staircase on either side that goes up to a balcony, and that balcony seems to connect to other rooms on the second floor. It's not like 2 big curving staircases, it's 2 like very plain straight staircases, but there is one on kind of either side of this room.
And you said the building was made out of stone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never mind. That plan goes out the window.
Gonna try and burn it down?
Yeah, essentially. Lock the door and lock all the doors with thaumaturgy and set it on fire.
That plan goes out the window, he says, tucking a Molotov cocktail back into his bag.
Damn.
Can't do anything.
Can't have shit now.
I mean, a lot of the structure inside the building is wood, but the building itself is stone.
So the building would stand, but all the corpses in wood. Lord, that would go up in flames.
There you go.
I mean, I don't feel like I can get any more information here without getting in trouble. I could talk my way out of it,
You
right?
can pretend you're lost and ask where everything is at.
I don't know. Last time we did this, you ended up running for some.
But he didn't die.
He didn't die. But I don't know if that's something he wants to do here.
Eventually, we're going to have to run out of the city, so...
Yeah, but not now.
I mean, we don't know that.
I'm gonna go up to one of the staff and be like, I'm one of the newer couriers. I was told to deliver this to someone specifically, someone in the finances area here, someone who's taking care of the spending. I think it was a Titus or it was something like that.
Could be a deception.
Oh, fuck.
Where would they be? 20. Oh no, 19. 19.
Oh, I was gonna say,
19. Not natural 20, but a 19 on deception. This rose dye is on fire.
I believe Titus might be at the palace, actually. You can, but most of the financial missives are just being left on the desk over here.
Oh, okay. Up at the palace. Thank you. Put it on the desk. Huh. Appreciate it. Got a lot to learn. More missives gotta go.
Somebody just goes, wait a minute.
Sorry, nothing for it. More packages delivered. Yeah. Do you remember back in the day when for some reason the couriers would always spawn in naked? Like for some reason for the first like almost 10 years of Skyrim existing, for some reason couriers they'd be like wearing a little hat and shoes, but they'd just be like in
their underwear,
they'd just be like
running through the woods.
I finally found you. I've got something to deliver for you.
Your eyes only.
Yeah, your eyes only. And then you walk into it and like try to talk to him.
I
Nope,
didn't say who
nothing.
it was, just that he was a friend of yours.
Pulls a rolled up missive out from his underwear and hands it to you.
Must
Rather
be.
you did. You've really been jogging quite a distance, haven't you?
And then the best would when they would find you in the middle of fucking nowhere, where you would step out of a cave or out of some dungeon,
This is
and
right.
he
No
just
eyes
like
on me.
appears out of the
Jesus.
woods,
Wearing nothing
naked,
but a
wearing
hat.
a hat and boots. And then they fix up problems, so they spawn in clothes now.
Still. Good
Man,
stuff.
they were determined though, because they could find you literally.
They would find you, okay.
You're literally on the side of a mountain, then just turn around and he's floating.
Been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Your eyes only.
You don't always get letters from friends, but when you do, they prefer to remain anonymous.
I will head on out.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Titus? I was like, what's a good Roman name? Titus? I was gonna say Gaius.
He's gonna be the centurion. We have to.
I'm gonna come back and he said it's in the what building?
That's
The palace,
Where
right?
Titus was?
Yeah, Titus
Yes, Titus.
was
He
the
believes Titus is a palace.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to you guys and be like, what I've learned is that there's someone named Titus who's at the palace that I assume is related to the Curians, but that was in relation to financial things. So maybe the palace is where more of this is being held.
Oh. You guys have actually killed the Titus so far this campaign.
What you mean? Titus Maurus?
Yeah.
The guy that I stole the name from, and I was like, what's a good Roman name? Go to my list of murdered generals. Titus.
Pulls out general's insignia, turns it around to look at the name on the back.
I thought Harrius Hostilius would have been a bit too on the nose. So with Titus instead.
Arius Hostilius.
I was like, there was a general named Titus. No, it was.
Okay, maybe. But now, what's our plan of action here? What do we do?
well, we know there's a palace, so that's more than we knew before.
I believe we knew this when we got
We're
there.
hopeless.
There it is. There on that hill. Let's see. Most of it.
By that much, we know there's a forum because we've seen it.
Why didn't you
Revolutionary genius.
Why didn't you mention that among our list of assets?
Oh god. We put the ass in assets.
Although we had a forum. That was something.
That'd be something. Where'd you put that forum? Where we hustle the guy for grain price information. We're about the guy with the grain prices, I think.
Oh, do you think they got a Colosseum here?
Be sweet. We can't start a gladiator again. Let's go to the palace. We're not going to get in there.
Just go
I mean-
scouting it?
Let's go take a look at the palace.
Okay.
Sure.
Get an
We can
idea
go take a
of
look
it.
at
Yeah.
A few Curian soldiers, mostly seems to be elven soldiers. And it seems to be mostly elves here. There are like city councilmen kind of coming and going. There are couriers coming and going. It seems to be as much a sort of administrative building as the garrison. but more elven and less Curian. And there are any like entrances that you can see. There are guards posted, both Curian and elven, quite often.
Okay.
Or at least you can see Curian soldiers kind of in the area.
Do they seem like they get along? The Curians and the elves.
They're not actively fighting.
It just seems like it, like obvious, like our names being thrown at each other. Though is like my question.
Or they
not
like
open.
standoffish towards each other.
It's hard
Just
to tell.
Death to Curia.
Yeah, there's not two elven guards just beating the shit out of a Curian soldier in an alleyway as you guys walk out or anything like that.
Dang, that's unfortunate.
that would have been a lot cooler if they did.
Wish the worst life upon one poor bastard. That's how the Batman arc starts.
Why not?
Look, you guys have fought in a region of the Empire that was very much on the tipping point. You are now in a region of the Empire that is very much not.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just run into a city, yell "Death to Curia,"
Throw a
one
javelin.
Molotov cocktail, hit one guard with a javelin, and expect the city to rise up.
Anarchy.
So you're welcome to try, I guess. I'd have to decide what would happen if you did.
Gladiator.
Not quite that dumb. Not quite that dumb.
Yeah, not quite.
Almost that dumb. Not quite that dumb.
Maybe we can.
What's the
He
plan?
thought about doing it and then didn't do it.
We just want to scout what kind of people are going in there. Do we want to try and get in there?
Trying to
just
get
have
into the
some-
palace is going to be nigh.
I could just you could rob another courier, or I could just get some like random scrolls and be like, "Oh yeah, courier here with a message for Titus." Yes, I'm here to see
Eat
Titus.
shit.
Death to Curia. Yeah, is it you, Titus? Here. Punch through it in his face.
I totally want to do that with a character. That sounds like a lot of
That'd be awesome.
Kith.
Kid. Now kid.
Kiki.
Well, he holds it up and unrolls it, and it's a picture from the front of a fist.
Yeah.
Oh, God! I'm bloody.
God!
Oh, God, I want to just do that now. Damn it. Why do I have to be a revolutionary? Why can't I just be an idiot miscreant raising hell?
Because we've been able to be idiot.
Because you decided that your
That's like-
character was going to mature over the course of this
Yeah.
campaign.
Hey, you can pretend to be farm boy Freddy here and do whatever you want, but
They won't let
know
me
you.
in there. I mean, I could just show up as myself.
You mean and get arrested or like?
Like,
I have the greatest infiltration option I've ever considered. What if I just walked in there, told them who I was?
not like, it is I, the conqueror of your armies of the, like, if I just show up as Tertius Praxis. I didn't leave on great terms from my homeland. But
And neither did
You're
your
not
brother.
in your homeland, though.
Well,
I'm
his-
in my home
His brother
country.
left on pretty good terms. He was a centurion.
Yeah, but wasn't the whole thing like him opposing what they were doing?
But they don't really,
Yeah, eventually.
they don't necessarily know that. They knew that he was like a turncoat.
They don't know that he was a turncoat.
Oh, then I mean,
Oh, yeah.
technically,
That's true.
All anyone knows about the Seventh is that they were attacked by
Barbarians.
a barbarian tribe and wiped
I
out.
mean, technically, we can't just try walking in there. Then
Oh,
It's
okay.
not gonna
Correction.
go
Correction.
well.
You two can try walking in there. I have to be away because me and you together
shouldn't be
is
together.
bad.
I mean, I have Centurion armor. I could be my brother.
How do we do this every time?
What are you doing here?
This is 3 times if we do this.
It is Isidora's practice of the 7th Legion. You know, the one that doesn't exist anymore? Message for you,
The
sir.
one that was famously wiped out
Yes.
in the field.
If we do this a 3rd time, and it ends up being you and me and him in the background fucking up shit.
I mean, I could just go in my, like, in the Centurion armor as my brother, not say I'm of the 7th Legion, but that's, like, what Legion I
But
say
they would
from.
know, though.
Would they? Would some dude here be like, oh, Isidora's Praxis? Why, that's one of the Centurions of the 7th Legion. Like, would he know that? This is a big fucking army. Would he know every Centurion's name?
You could go up there, ask them if they've heard of your brother's name, incite it, or trust whatever they say. And if they say, yeah, we've heard of him, you go with your name. If they say, no, we haven't heard of him, you go with your brother's name.
I don't necessarily want to give too much guidance here, but as far as you are aware, it is a centurion in charge of the military contingent in this city.
Mm-hmm.
Another centurion showing up probably would make waves. Make more waves than you being able to just walk into the palace. And be
Especially
like,
if
yes,
they
I'm
find
a
out he did.
centurion. They'd be like, why the fuck didn't we hear about this? Why the fuck did you send word?
Especially if they
It's
find out
it's
he
like
actually did.
it's the same thing as a second general showing up to an army.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't necessarily show up alone, and they would hear.
He wouldn't
Like
be
if you're
alone.
not-
He has his protector right
He
here.
has his bodyguard because he can only trust his bodyguard and nobody else.
I guess what I'm saying is for the elves that live here. Before when I wasn't talking about showing up as my brother, showing up as myself, being elven nobility, albeit not
Former.
Well, first of all, check
Depends
it
on
out.
who you are. Nobility depends
Put some
on who
respect
you
on the
ask.
practice name.
The who?
Oh, damn it.
Only 2 of them are in exile,
That's right.
which is 2/3 of the alive ones currently.
Hey, listen, I'm no longer in exile technically.
No, I mean of his family.
Oh.
If I were to show up here as me, would they know that I'm kind of an exile? Probably. Like the Praxis family is?
The 2 main cities of Iaera. There are multiple large cities
City-states,
here.
former city-states.
But the 2 that have a long history
Mm-hmm.
and would likely know a decent amount about each other are Caenis and Themis.
That might be good. That might be... It
So
could
they
be
would
good,
know-
it could be shit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. So
very
essentially,
vague.
what you're telling me is they may know that you're in exile.
They
Wait, are you in
probably
exile?
know that I'm in...
Essentially, are you in exile? I don't think that was made clear to Wolf.
I don't even know your last name. I keep hearing you say it. I'm
If
like,
you
oh.
ask Marcellus Sorix, he would probably consider me an exile. But what's he but the provincial governor of this place? It's muddy.
It's also a question of how far... Because you're right that, the 2 of you together, coming wandering into a Curian military establishment is probably a bad idea. You don't know necessarily how far your individual reputations have spread as part of that.
Mm-hmm.
None of the 3 people who were heavily involved in that fighting made all that big of an effort to
Hide themselves?
hide themselves.
Yeah.
But we also-
and tend to be quite distinctive. And honestly, for the chunk of the world that you guys are in, the least distinctive one has wandered off. You went home, where it'll be a lot less distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
Smart man.
Especially with how this is going so far. It's just like...
Yeah, I know. I'm dying. It's fine. I need
It was just an elbow pop. Calm down.
It's the neck ones, and those ones are real bad.
I got some good neck punch.
They're pretty loud.
I am Joseph Braxis. Fight me!
Worked pretty well for that game.
I mean, I could just call out. Hi, my name is Tertius Praxis. I am here to challenge whoever Titus is in a battle to the death.
Titus is like some
Depending on who he is when he walks out.
And the guy that gave you that information is going to be beaten to death.
I am no courier. I am an exiled son of the city.
You know what we could do?
Hmm.
What we could do? Wait for nightfall. Then you could try to use your name because hopefully by nightfall, all of the Curian or majority of the Curians are either on patrol or in the garrison, and you can try to use your name to get into the palace by schmoozing with
Well, that's
the
kind of
elfin
seems
army.
like It's not. I think they will know my name and know that I'm in exile. The elven nobility here. If I
Yes.
just talk, if I try and specifically just talk to elves, my wonder is: are they going to be like, "Ha, there he is, get him," or be like, "Why are you here? Let's have a conversation."
Hang on.
You
Do
know?
we know where the garrison is for? Because you said that there's a Curian garrison, but majority of the protection of the city is done by the elves.
Mm-hmm.
Would we know where the elves' garrison is?
Probably around the palace, I would think.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of the troops are stationed in the city.
Could,
A lot probably aren't standing troops. They're probably levies.
but
Military command is probably either here in the palace. There could be another garrison building that you don't know about.
could you, instead of maybe trying to talk to the nobility, could you maybe try to talk to somebody within the military?
I could. I guess.
I mean,
We
you're
still
dealing
have
with the same situation here,
Yeah,
but at
I
least
know. It's we have to decide what we're trying to do. Because I was thinking like, can we infiltrate here, find where money is, and do a big robbery of these Curians? Not necessarily like, can I rally people behind my name?
no, you don't even need to rally people. What you could do is, well, I guess you're rallying them at that point.
Technically, if you could make waves and they know who you are, you're rallying people. So robbing them while also making your name known does work, but that's if you don't get caught.
And to be fair, we don't know that the money is being held in the palace.
Mm-hmm.
This is just an assumption that's being made.
Titus is there though.
Hey, actually, technically, going back to my point in the previous episode, was if we get to someone higher up and show that we were able to bypass a bunch of their security and say who we are and leave without killing them, that can also make waves. Not as big.
Hard to do that though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Meaning, if we are trying to
Is Titus
find
the Centurion, or is he just some schmuck?
You could wait. You could just stand outside the palace and see what happens.
Let's just wait and see who leaves. That
Okay.
looks Curian, I guess. Well, I mean, we're not on a fast time clock here. We can take our time and scout stuff
Okay,
out.
how long do you want to wait?
Through till nightfall, probably.
Okay, waiting through till nightfall. Some soldiers come and go. Some, as far as like Curians are concerned, some soldiers come and go. Some couriers come and go. Some people who seem to be wealthy citizens, whether they have property here in the town or like a villa outside of it or something like that, come and go occasionally. Not many. And some people who look almost like senators or something like that. They're probably functionaries or administrators of some type leave the palace. That is all that you would. There's no centurion
Okay.
that leads, and no real like high, at least no high-ranking officers.
What if I pretend to be Tertius and you just be a random guard? What if I pretend
What
to
if
be
I-
you and you pretend to be somebody else?
What if I pretend I'm Tertius?
I am Tertius.
Who's he?
He's
That's
me.
Who are you?
I'm him. I mean, we. Wait, what? There's a little piece of leaf on the bottom of this chair. It's very strange.
The timing of the weird shit is just.
Oh, I like out there.
As he sets it back on.
It just sticks it to the bottom again.
It's home. I don't know, right? It was there before my finger was.
Go back to your home.
You're too good for your home.
It's like, could try and sneak in and rob or murder somebody inside the garrison
Very
to like
casually
make a
said.
statement. But I feel like then people see you
Mostly. Why? Why?
because you can sneak.
Shit.
I mean, I don't have my half plate yet, so I don't have disadvantage on stealth checks just yet.
What's your bonus to?
3.
It's decent. I got a +2 and disadvantage in my normal armor. I could go naked.
I could cause waves.
Could be a distraction.
He's fighting with his cock out.
So, look, it's the high charisma way.
That's right. You go full charisma on him. I feel
High persuasion and high intimidation.
I don't even have intimidation or persuasion.
persuasion and intimidation, not deception.
That's why you should fight naked.
Who's gonna fight a man naked?
Exactly.
They're not gonna fight with a crazy person.
Nobody wins that fight.
It makes you extremely persuasive and extremely intimidating.
We can try.
I just feel like it's gonna end in me just getting you guys fucking murdered.
I'll be fine.
What we could do.
The most Tertius thing to do is to just fucking make a racket.
I can try and set the garrison on fire.
It's mostly stone.
Yeah, but shoot like the wood of the door or something.
I don't want to set the garrison
No.
Fire.
I do want to do that, but it's stone, so it'll be tricky. I mean, we could literally just make a ruckus and be like, "I am Tertius Braxton. Iaera needs to be free. Fuck you, Curian. If you agree, rally to me."
They either won't believe you or they'll be like, hey.
Hey, get him.
Hey, get him.
It's one of those things where it's like, the only way to express that to a large group of people, it would be hard to disappear after that.
Yeah.
In a way that doesn't get you just killed.
How about we start picking off some Curian guards?
I just feel like if we only kill a couple, we need to kill the Centurion.
Well, yeah, but we kill the guards enough to we kill enough of the guards to draw him out. Like we kill them and then we start stockpiling. Like at night we'll toss the helmets towards the gate and just be and put it out fuck Curia.
We could find the Centurion. We could do this. Let's get some pretend documents. And I'll go back to the garrison and be like, "I have a message, it's me again, idiot guy." And the guy said the Centurion needed these? Where do I put that for him?
You should probably learn his name first.
No, that's the charm, is that I'm an idiot. And so they're like, "Oh, this fucking guy again. You idiot, the Centurion's at the palace." And I'm like, "Sorry, no, still learning the job, fellas." And then we go and find him there and murder his ass.
As soon as they point that way, you go the other way, so they lead you and then they bugger off.
I think that's my plan for the next step.
That's kind of the only thing we have going for us, really.
None of us are smart, right? We're
No,
all
sir.
dumb.
No, sir.
No,
I specifically tanked that one.
Let's forge some documents, idiots.
Want me to carry a crate with him in it or something?
A Trojan crate, if you
horse,
will.
yeah.
So Tertius, Wolf, and I jump out of the crate, catching the Centurion by surprise. And not only by surprise, but completely unarmed.
wait, who? Wolf,
Tertius,
axe, and I.
jump out of the crate.
Supposing
we got a large barrel. I think just make a little scroll and write up. What the fuck did I write on it?
Tertius Praxis has returned.
Eat my ass.
I don't want it to be something bad. It'll probably just set it, have me set it on a table somewhere. It's not gonna let me talk to the Centurion.
Tertius Praxis has returned. Rumor has it he's planning an attack on the garrison.
But what? We can't just give them our intel.
What is your name?
You're waiting there with a knife. Damn, intel was right again.
Well, not if he's in. No,
You do that, he lowers it and goes, I was warned you were coming.
You know what? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna write a note that says that they have rumors that the exiled Tertius Praxis. I'm going to write out a note that says that there are rumors that the exiled Tertius Praxis has returned and is going to try and stir up trouble.
I'm going to write how quickly you go from we can't give him our intel.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I'm giving him our intel.
I'm giving him our intel.
Well, is it really giving him intel?
Give it a fucking step by step.
Yeah. First they will waylay a courier. Then he will pretend to be a courier and he will deliver you a letter outlining his entire plans.
And then he will use that letter to beat you to death.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Can I have that back?
John tosses it in the fire. Damn!
Foiled again!
Stand up and just back out of the room.
Titus!
We're lucky this time.
Alright, I'm going to write out our own intel, and I'm going to show it to the garrison with it, and do that same morning fellas, and...
Okay.
That is not... When I brought that up, you could have just said no. We didn't have to do it.
Give me...
Jesus.
And this can be a group roll.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Give me an intelligence check
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
to make a scroll that seems like an official missive.
Do we all have to roll as, like...
You can all roll it if you want.
Do we want
But
to
this
make it a
will
group
be-
check?
But
or...
this will be a group check. So,
Highest one wins?
no.
No.
Yeah, 'cause it'd be triple.
The better you do as a group, the better it will be. The worse you do as a group, the worse it will be. So you can choose to have just one person can roll it, two people can roll
That's our
it,
modifier.
all three of you can roll it. It doesn't matter.
-1.
Minus
He's got a +1.
I got a +1.
And we average.
So you can have
minus
just one.
half.
As many people can roll in this as want to, but that has a potential of sort of pushing either based on your quality up or down.
You know, this die's been doing really good, but I don't know if I trust it at this point.
I do have one inspiration point, so I can think...
Wolf, write this down. And correct everything I say and make it better.
If you're having the non-native speaker write it down,
Oh, shit. It's all disadvantage,
it
isn't
will
it?
be. If you're the only one making the check, I am going to have you do it with disadvantage.
I'll do it too.
Okay, so
So we're working together, group check. If
Group
you
check.
want to, you can, but it's another -1 to have to add to this.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
We have to choose before we see what our results
Yeah,
are.
no.
It's up to you if you want to add to this or...
Because at least with my +1 and his -1, that'll cancel out.
Real quick, at least what are you thinking? You're just announcing that you're.
I'm not saying that Tertius. It's not like a note from Tertius Praxis. I'm trying to write it as intel, saying that they have heard the exiled Tertius Praxis has returned to the continent and is trying to stir up rebellion. Essentially, huh?
Who from? Who are you writing it from?
Titus?
Pick one of the
Wait
dead
a minute.
guys.
I'm telling this to myself.
Pick one of the dead guys.
Well, they're generals. A general wouldn't send, would they?
He could be a
A
lost
general
letter.
would probably send it to the provincial governor, or
It was a lost
I
letter.
have literally just screwed us.
this
Like,
guy's commanding officer.
I am gonna actually choose not to roll because I don't feel like I have enough input on the past to say I know what I would
send it.
wouldn't shape this.
Would
We
he-
have intel on the names of a lot of different generals and leaders from...
Ooh.
We got that, stack of intel. That's mostly from, the north, though, of
Mhm.
their economy, right?
It would be from quite a few places around the empire.
Okay.
Is there?
God, my
What,
suggestion
you're,
is just
you're
really
looking for
screwed up our
like a
rebellion.
general's name
Math
from
class.
somewhere?
Imagine we just skip the whole
I mean,
that's
just
the
something
only
within
thing that's just
proximity,
we fixed
like the
thing.
closest
Yes.
that I think would make sense. I mean, that might be kind of what my role is determining, is how well I do at choosing a general's name that makes sense to have it be signed from.
Okay. I think that makes some sense.
Tertius picks who he thinks makes sense for it to be signed from that intel.
Just remember, if it's bad, you
What?
always got Julius.
Let's see our rolls.
Okay.
Clink it, clink it, clink it. We got this. Our powers combined. Ugh. Huh?
So that's a
7.
It's a 20 from me.
Okay.
And a 7 from me.
Okay. With that, I'll let you choose whether you want to do a general from Raha, out east, or north against the barbarians.
I think Rahal.
Polar opposite side. Pick a polar opposite side to completely confuse them from what just happened.
I feel like it should be Raha because this is like a southern province nearer to the sea. It would make sense that if there's intel, it'd be coming from that direction.
Yeah.
Like, that would be where the intel is coming from. So that's what makes sense in my brain. So that's what Tursus would be.
Okay. You can do so.
And I mean, he may never see it. Who knows? But I am going to take that missive and then head to.
Are you going by yourself, or do you
Yeah.
want a convoluted plan with us getting in there?
Well, you guys be nearby, like be down the street. So if you hear me go, "Hawk, hawk, I've been stabbed," you come running, or don't, because then maybe you won't die. But I'm going to try and show up as a courier to the garrison, and this time say, "Important missive for the Centurion. Guy who handed it to me said it was from a general."
Give me a deception check.
You know what? No.
As long as it's not the Brody die, I don't care.
I'm tempted to use the DM's die. You know what? The DM's die will make it interesting. It'll make it
fuck.
interesting. It'll fuck me, but it'll make it interesting. Come on, Bernie, think. 22!
22? Okay, the guards at the gate tell you to head inside.
Okay.
They're still not entirely sure why you're talking to them, but they tell you to head inside.
This whole time, we probably could have just walked past most of these guys.
The thing is, like, they're established. They're also, like,
They don't
not
care.
concerned.
Yeah, they just
because they're so
don't
established. They let me walk inside. That means he's here.
That's some pro detective work right there.
Wow! It only took
Holy
us 2 days and near-death experiences to find out where the guy's at.
Message for your boss. Right, he's inside. He's inside. That means he's here.
You fucking idiot.
Yes! That is, yes.
You dumbass.
Logically.
And going in, I'm going to head back to that kind of command area.
Okay.
And again, if I can find the person who helped me last time,
It's hard to tell.
they all Curians all look the same.
Curians look the same.
Go up to one of them and be like, "I have a missive here that's supposed to be for the Centurion's eyes only."
They tell you, like, essentially, like, top of the stairs, to the left at the end of the hall, there'll be a door with 2 guards. You can, like, leave whatever message with the guards.
Right away. Do I actually... Terces is a dramatic bitch. Of course he does. I'm like, I could just run up there, tuck this in my jacket, and then leave, having never delivered the message. But, first of all, that'd be weird.
No, I gotta make sure they're aware of our plans.
And I have a flair for the dramatic and want to hand over the intel that I'm here to do this.
Listen, we didn't specify the kind of trouble we're stirring.
Yeah.
So that
that I'm back and stirring trouble. That's that'll circulate it amongst the Curians too, which trickles down. It's trickle down rebellion. It's all it makes sense. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll just go up to head up there, take the directions they said, and walk up with the missive, hand it to one of the guards.
We are functionally
Nod and leave.
giving them our element of surprise so they can build up defenses so we can attack them later.
What we're doing is finding out which room the Centurion is in.
We should have brought poison. We should have just brought poison.
You should have brought a bomb.
There's bombs? You guys have bombs?
Yeah, don't you?
I did make you roll once to see if you knew how to make Greek fire.
That's true. I did not. Tertius is not that smart, clearly. Yeah, hand it off and I'll head on out.
Oh my god! You know what? We just turned Tertius into fucking Charlotte Crane.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I am Tertius Praxis. So I'll come back to you guys and be like, I know which room in the building the Centurion is in now. I feel like killing him would be a statement. do we think there's any possible way we could sneak to where he is and murder him?
Sure.
If we do it at night, maybe.
Also, with how easily we got in there, I am under the impression that we might just be able to walk through the doors. Maybe not because I'm a different species, but I mean at the same time, you were able to get pretty close.
I was able to get to where essentially there was 2 guards between me and him.
I say.
Does this building seem like there's windows to it, or like openings to the outside? Because I feel like this ends with us in there, him raising an alarm somehow, and us finishing the job, and then having to try and leave out a window because we can't fight through an entire garrison to get out.
We use his body as a mattress to safely.
We jump and ride his corpse down a brick wall to freedom.
I am proficient with climbing a bunch of shit with claws, so...
I want to try and do a little loop of the building and see if I can use spatial awareness to have an idea of where on the outside would be the part of the building he was in.
Sure.
Am I able to do that?
Yeah.
Is there a window there?
There's a couple. There seems to be one that you saw from inside at the end of the hall. Sort of by the door.
Mm-hmm.
And there seems to be a window that goes into that room as well.
Just go find your ladder, and we'll just set it up.
Oh god, did we bring the
Ooh,
ladder?
I needed to bring the ladder.
Fast travel back to the area of the world, pick up the ladder.
You get
fast
ladder.
travel back.
Can't not even buy.
You can't fast travel while over encumbered.
Ditch a bunch of junk out
You run, strip down naked, fast travel again,
Drop off the ladder, fast
travel back, pick up
Yeah.
all my gear. Hopefully it doesn't despawn.
Yeah.
If you can do the whole thing within 5 minutes, your armor will still be sitting there on the ground.
I mean, we have a window we could go in through. Is there
Do you guys have a way of getting to
is
that
there
window?
any theoretical way to climb up to that window with what's out there at the moment?
Maybe somebody could scale the wall. It's well-dressed stone and it's plastered over. I think it would be quite hard. Doesn't really look like there's an easy space for a grappling hook or anything like that. Maybe you could get it to hook on the roof, but it probably would be quiet. It's also hard to tell from down here if those windows open at all.
Signal.
So you would just have to break through the window.
Is there like glass panes to them? There are.
Did you check to see if this was like secluded quarters or if there's shit?
I wasn't
guards in
able to
there?
go inside.
So it's a prize for everybody.
Could we cause a distraction somewhere else near the garrison?
I can attempt to climb. I have a pretty decent climbing speed. I know it's going to be a difficult check.
Do you have actual climbing speed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling.
Plus, with the tabaxi abilities and pretty much doing nothing else for that round, I can basically climb 80 feet. So that's pretty decent.
I think we just hired our first assassination. Welcome to the team. You're our assassin.
I was on the team and nobody asked what I could do. They saw I had axes and they're like, hi.
Big dude with an axe. Okay, chop people up for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we wait till nightfall and we try and hit through that window, I mean, it might not open. It might be just breaking to get in.
My assumption is breaking through it anyways.
In as quiet a way as possible, of course.
That was not my assumption, but yes.
No,
Wait, could
yeah,
Can I see the window that he's looking at?
I can point it out to
Like,
you.
Can I cast Thaumaturgy to see if it opens?
Oh,
yeah.
So if it's like a thaumaturgy, like
You open and close
open or
doors
close a
and-
door or window, if it's like not locked, fastened.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just
Yeah, you can cast thaumaturgy. And,
He's going to be like, I
Nothing
never knew
happens.
that window opened. I can't reach it, so that's incredible. Someone come close that window.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty clever use of that spell.
What are you looking at?
So the window does not open.
Yeah.
There's if you break it.
What if we just chuck a rock
I
through?
was going to say, what if we just break the window and then
Now.
run away and,
And
then
then
later
leave.
come back?
Yeah.
in? Totally.
They don't have
possible.
time to fix it, right? Find a rock, I toss it to the axe. Do we want to just do a little bit of vandalism and then try and disappear?
I can reckless attack.
Someone named Tezzy's Practice in the city trying to cause trouble. Hi.
Hey!
I have a suspicion who that was.
Yes, yeah. We just throw some shit at the window.
Sure.
Is there a vantage point where we can throw it without being seen? Because it'd be pretty easy to
That's-
find me.
I mean, there are plenty of streets and alleyways and stuff around here. You think you could get around, like, you could definitely get away from, like, visual sight of this building quite quickly.
I think we'll like look around for a while and try and find the direct route we want to use and like
Okay.
map it out and plan it out before we throw the rock.
Yeah.
And then throw the rock in the window.
Okay.
Ooh. Hang on. It's night. We're waiting for nightfall right now, yes?
No, we're gonna do this before nightfall, so the window's already broken, so that
Giving them time to calm down from it, and then.
yeah. Must have been the wind.
Damn, that's what I was going to say.
Guard with an arrow stuck in the back of his head.
Must have been the
Must have been the wind.
When I pick up a rock, I'm going to cast light on it when I throw it.
Why?
Because if somebody's in the room and they see the rock come through, and they go to look out the window, they'll be blinded by the light. And
I don't know if that'll work.
As long as it
No,
doesn't
no,
function as a tracer round.
That's right. It's like sounds more like tracer rounds. The tracer.
Well, fine, then, never mind. I already had one suggestion come up the players because we're screwing it up.
Is light touch or is it distance?
It's touch.
So I was going to say, if it was any kind of
can
distance,
cast
you can
on
cast it on
objects.
something else. Yeah.
I just don't think light really blinds people. Like just illuminates.
Yeah, never mind.
There's other spells that blind. I don't know if light is gonna blind him. He's probably in like a lit room.
Want me to throw a rock?
Yeah. Suppose.
Make a ranged attack.
A reckless attack. Which means, technically, if anybody sees me, they will have advantage on this, but I'm going to run. Should I use the Cthulhu deck? I'm going to do it anyways.
There you go.
Play for the dramatic.
It's a 19 to hit.
Okay. Give me a d4 for damage.
Ooh. 6 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You shatter that window pretty good.
Scatter!
Scatter!
Yes, and then I use the
and
tabaxi.
since you all shouted out your route in advance, you can give me advantage stealth checks, which for some of you might just counteract.
Oh, yeah.
disadvantage
Cool, thank God.
based off of armor.
14.
Well, can I safely say that I'm not in my armor?
Sure.
Because I was just got done being the missive boy, so I was wearing my clothes.
Mr. Boy.
Missive boy,
24.
fetch the whipping boy. Hey, 20.
Okay.
14.
14.
24.
You all distinctly hear somebody else stop that dwarf.
Fuck.
As you're running away, but you are able to get like out into the city before.
You need to hide.
Like nobody then attempts to arrest you.
Disappear.
You are at least immediately you're able to
Tuck away someone.
get out into the city pretty easily. Seems like maybe somebody was yelling it from a window, and there wasn't anybody nearby to really immediately arrest that dwarf.
So the Centurion knows
There's a door.
there's a dwarf that broke his. That's so weird. That Centurion's gotta be so tripped out right now. He's like, first of all, there's a fucking dwarf in the city, and he threw a rock in our window. Like, what a loony. That's just so funny to me. That's like being, I don't know. That's like being in. I can't say like a town, like a bigger city in the U.S. because there's such a melting pot of like all sorts of different things. It's like seeing like a pasty white dude in some sort of like back hills Middle Eastern town, and it's weird to see that guy in this city. But then, all of a sudden, just somebody's window shatters. They look out and they just see him, running away. And why? What the fuck, dude? So weird. We're gonna
Well, I can't go.
confuse the fuck
Wait.
out of
Hang on. This could work to our advantage here.
You can try and lure him.
Yeah, I could.
Do what we did every damn time, where
I
you
can-
and I go in and he buggers off around, drawing their attention.
If you want, I mean...
I can get on Rapidash and start.
This whole city is full of Curians, though. Like, you could catch a couple stray javelins and it could be game over, man.
Yeah.
And also, if we're trying to murder him in his sleep, or trying to murder him in the night,
Oh yeah.
when we don't really want there to be any alarm bells ringing, right?
Yeah, I
Wait,
guess.
are you a small creature? Can I throw a small?
He's technically medium.
I'm medium, technically.
technically medium.
It'd be a lot of fun, guys.
That's we have gotten many a hidden treasure chest in our
the
four-player
idea-
Baldur's Gate game
the-
by the
the
giant
idea-
dragonborn paladin hurling our halfling rogue being me. over
The
cats.
idea that
Or
he
up.
sees a dwarf and assumes the dwarf threw the rock and ran.
Just a wee racist.
Well,
And then
it's-
later somebody that dwarf comes flying into a window.
Exactly.
On the second story.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck?
It's literally.
There's this big cat out there, and he is so angry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
sir.
like the dwarf just comes in like head first and just has this fucking ass kicking
You know
stick.
the thing of the Simpsons of Ralph Wiggum being thrown through.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Counts on his head.
It was more.
Yeah.
I think we do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Well-
I am Tertius Praxis.
By the way, Will, did the damage done by the rock matter at all?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was supposed to be 9 instead of...
I mean, yeah, the
Well,
window's still.
Is that with rage damage? 'Cause you're
no,
not rage,
I
right?
have a +5 to strength.
Oh, yeah, strength.
And I only added 2, because I was, for some stupid reason, doing the difference between rage damage and regular instead, because I'm dumb.
No, it didn't. No, it was just like whether you just put a hole in the window or whether you like smash the whole
Actually
thing
shot
out
it.
of frame.
It was max damage, if it counts. At 9.
Because it's one of those little like kind of lattice work
Mm.
windows, so you can easily just punch one frame out of it.
We picked a big brick. I guess later that night, we'll go back and maybe give you a rope with a grappling hook and
Yeah, try and stealthily
try and stealthily scale, and if nothing else, hook that and drop it so we can climb up
Give
behind
me,
you.
because of the darkness, advantage stealth checks to approach the garrison.
Fucking hard to read.
Okay, a 20.
I have to choose whether I think I make this a straight roll. I think if
With
shit
armor.
goes bad, I need to have my armor on.
23.
Stand a chance. I'm gonna fuck it. Don't fuck it.
You're gonna
It's gonna be great. 11.
You at least don't hear any alarm sounding as you get up to the building.
I think I got it. Yeah.
What does he got to do to try and quietly climb up this wall?
Make a stealth check. And you can
20.
either do athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics.
I assume so.
The stealth is a 20, and the athletic. Is it worth rage to get the?
Well, if you don't get attacked and can't get up there in one round, then you won't get the advantage. But
I'm also going to make you at disadvantage on your stealth check if you're
raging.
Raged.
yeah, I just roll it straight. You're super good at athletics, right? You're a cat with a climbing speed.
Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna lay it all out there before. I'm gonna try and climb up as fast as I as fast as I can.
Tabaxinly.
I have a 20-foot climb speed using dash and the tabaxi bonus for
Right.
80 feet this
Oof.
round. 21.
21? Okay. You can get up to the window.
Nice.
Seems to have been boarded off
All right,
from the inside.
makes sense.
Oh, from the inside.
So just
Yeah. Is there anywhere for me to
put a fuse charge
hook
on it. Just
the rope to with the hook? Anything
I
try and
mean,
latch it up, or
if
just
you
the
could
window
get
seal?
You could maybe get like a grappling hook on the edge of the like windowsill.
Okay.
If you could get a board loose, you could definitely like hook it in the gap. But at the
Doing
moment,
that
it's like
quietly.
hard to tell like
What's going
what's
on?
beyond the boards.
It's nighttime, so theoretically people should be asleep and not like moving around in there. They probably have someone guarding the doorway, but hopefully they're on inside.
The only thing is, I don't think I can break or move those boards quietly, so it's going to be me going plow through.
put on like the edge of the windowsill. And
You're
then
also having
maybe
to kind of like hang on the edge of this windowsill at the moment. Like
Yeah.
there's no like place to sort of crouch or sit or anything. So
Big cat hanging
So you'd
outside
have
of
to
the building.
hold yourself up with one hand and then punch the boards off with the other.
If I do rage, I have another way of doing it.
I mean, once we're doing that, we don't care about you really being quiet.
You want me to...
If you can fix that to the windowsill and like can at least be ready to help.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to try fixing it to the window.
Okay.
And, I don't know, try and, like, tell you guys, try climbing up.
I'll try and climb up the rope.
Okay. You climb the rope.
Okay, with the rope, yeah, we don't tweak the okay, I'll climb
So
up.
yeah.
We're gonna be lower down than where you're at, but then at least I can kind of
I'll kind of stay on the ground for a moment until you guys have said, or until I see it.
help secure the escape too, potentially.
Yeah.
Everybody give me perception checks as you're deciding what your plan is here.
13?
12.
14.
Definitely patrol coming around the outside of the building. They don't seem to be like
Actively.
hot-footing it.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be just patrolling. But you can all kind of like hear clearly like people talking, moving like in armor and stuff like that coming from like, and you can see like lamplight from like a corner farther down.
Are we high enough up? They'd notice us, absolutely, right?
It depends on their path. If they walk along the garrison wall, there's no way they'll miss you, or at least miss the rope.
They wouldn't go into the city, I don't think. They're probably patrolling the garrison. Fuck.
I would assume we have exactly one round to make a decision to be where we're at or gone.
Well, I don't think we can... They'll see us. Like, we can't, like, unaffix it. We can't lower ourselves down. Like, they're gonna know shit's up.
I mean, either go in or drop down and run.
Jig is up.
Yeah, where we're
We're
at.
going
is
in.
not- you want to
We're
go
going
for it?
loud. Let's do this fucking shit. Let's do it. I'm in. Pop these boards. Let's go for it.
I need to make one decision before.
Could I grab a rock? Could I use a rock to throw it down a
They'll just be standing around the corner, they throw the rock, shit, and then run away.
No,
I don't need to throw the rock. I just need to be holding it suspiciously.
like, are they
dwarf
going
rock.
to be
I know
passing
him.
like an alleyway or something that I could toss a rock to distract them?
Maybe, but if they're probably going to turn around the corner and be facing, like where you guys are now. So it will be like.
Okay, so
You'll either be throwing a rock like across their bow.
What's better? More attacks?
In which case
better
they'll probably
AC?
look the direction the rock came.
yeah.
Or they're going to turn the corner and like see you through
We're
before
in-
you can.
I mean, right now, more tech.
before you have a chance to kind of pull them off.
Well, we have the opportunity.
Fair enough.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna just get on the rope then and let's go.
Okay, so what's your plan?
Rage and try and go through the window?
Follow him.
I can't believe I didn't get my half plate before this.
Are you trying to punch the boards off? Like just rip the boards off? Is this essentially going to be an athletics check or a like attack roll?
Since I'm going to rage, I was going to say attack because I can technically attack. Does reckless attack work against objects or just creatures? I'll look that up. But I was just gonna reckless attack to get a better attack against the boards.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to roll to hit a board.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I feel like it'd be more athletics. I don't know.
Throwing
I'd
a
say
rock
just-
at a window is a little different.
Mhm.
It just says doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attacks using strength, and the attacks against you have advantage until the beginning of your turn.
Beginning of your next turn.
Oh, they also fix that.
Yeah, I'd say just
Go for it.
whichever one you want to do. Just go for it.
The perk is by doing it
I mean,
with
we don't-
claws, I have 2 attacks. So if I can get through, then I can try and attack. If not, I have 2 attempts.
Well, keep in mind you are still like having to hang on to the edge.
That's
of
true.
something.
It doesn't say that you have to use your opposite hand because you can technically still use the same hand. So unless they're
Are you
like
relying on an
counterattacks.
offhand attack though?
No. It's just an additional attack.
Okay.
And if, because I'm hanging on to something while also doing it, it counteracts the advantage with disadvantage, and I'm fine with that. I'll just do 2 rolls.
Well, I think you still have advantage on the attack. I don't know unless he's giving you
No, it's fine.
Alright.
It's fine if you have to. Again, like, you
go.
don't. It's not harder to hit the boards.
Gotcha.
How hard to hit.
Crit.
You hit it pretty hard.
Nice.
And super quietly because of the crit, right? Right? He goes. He just pops it.
He punches it like this, so he's holding onto the board.
Good news,
It
it's
doesn't
not
sound
wood, it's
super
paper.
For 11 damage on that one.
Okay. The board that you hit goes spectacularly flying off of whatever it was nailed to inside, and like quite loudly clattering around
Such a
the
bad
room
idea.
beyond.
How did we
Oh
take
god
that?
damn it! I just realized too.
You didn't have, like, pass without trace or something, right?
I have enhanced
Enhance ability.
ability. I could have given you bonuses on like charisma checks and intelligence checks.
Yeah, fuck, that'd have been good.
That's right. You remember we have that for later.
There's
Because some
not gonna
fun
be
shit's
a
about to
leader.
happen. Another crit with the other die.
Okay.
Wow.
A second board goes smashing into this room.
For 9 damage.
Is that a big enough space to crawl in?
You think you can get one more board off?
Can I try and push it through
Sure.
from the lower part of the rope? I will do so.
While
I'll
they're
just do
doing
that.
that,
You will
athletics.
have disadvantage because like you're putting
Okay.
you're putting both of you in a really awkward position of trying to both be in this window frame.
That's fair.
That was
But you
I'm just going to try and do an athletics to pop off the last one. 13.
while they're doing that, I'm casting Shield of Faith on myself. Because,
Okay.
No, I just realized I could have done athletics.
We
one
call
attack.
that half plate at home.
yeah.
you can smash a hole large enough to get inside. By this point, the footsteps around the corner pick up pace.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of Curian soldiers are going to come around the corner and quite quickly see you all sort of outlined against the moon, hanging on the side of off the side of this building. One of them being a gigantic Johnny Bravo elf in gleaming bronze armor. One of them being that dwarf they were warned about.
He's even holding a rock.
It's not a rock, it's an ass-kicking stick, you bastards!
And it seems like an alarm is being raised inside the building as well, due to
The board's flying.
many a smashing noise. And the two of you at the top of the rope can look through the window to see an empty office with one door that leads out into the hallway.
Shit.
Move quickly.
I mean, do we go in? I don't think we go in. And
It will
try
be
to blindly
about
find
the same time that the door opens and you see a Curian soldier out in the hallway look in through the door.
with a centurion helmet on.
It seems to be a regular helmet. Looks in to see what the fuck is going on.
How many soldiers are down on the ground?
Two.
I mean, I don't think we just try and. I mean, we could try and charge our way through here and find the centurion, but I don't foresee that going well.
Well, it's at this point. I mean, I'm assuming I'm not that high up on the rope.
I assume we're rolling
Initiative.
initiative.
Unless you guys can come up with something just really, really good right now.
Anybody? Anybody?
No.
This is
I
my
kind of
best
want to
point.
keep going, but I understand
We'll find-
that's
well,
what
Listen,
gladiators are.
you two are the tankiest ones, so like the only downside to me not being with you is
If we go down.
if you go down, I'm not there.
I could be hard to kill by Curian soldiers for quite a while.
Yeah.
That being said, like they have like a legion here or whatever. Probably not a legion, but they have a lot of soldiers here. How many soldiers can we cut through to get out of here?
Do you think it'd be relevant that if we killed the centurion first, that they might stop?
I probably no. I don't think they'd stop. Look, I say we roll initiative, and we take our actions.
Because
and
I'll
you do what your character would do.
and I can.
We are getting close to 2 hours now in this recording. So, we could keep going with this if you guys want to just make this a long episode. If you want to see what happens, or we can.
It might be a good cliffhanger.
I will
Yeah.
leave it
Call
up
it
to you.
now.
Yeah.
Let's make it a
Let's make it
cliffhanger.
a
It's time to
cliffhanger.
make bad decisions.
Yeah, maybe give you a time to come up with an even worse plan. Than,
Exactly.
Is it possible? I don't think so. Oh god.
well, is that what you expected to find? An empty office?
I was worried about that.
No,
I
my
had
worry
concerns.
was they were expecting it, and then they'd break the first one open. You'd break the first thing open, and like a spear comes like near you.
I don't think they were expecting this at all. But we will. We'll find out what we do next time.
Oh shit!
You guys have got yourselves in a bit of a sticky situation.
It's not like it's the first time.
Not.
I
You've been through worse.
We've been through different bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say
that's
worse.
true.
I think if we're hard to hit, we can attempt to go find him. and
Let's see, what's your AC?
I can get up to 27.
So, and
You roll.
you're already at
I'm 21.
21. So, essentially, you two could at least have a fighting chance.
That, and I think while I'm raging, I will take half damage from literally everything unless they bring a magic user with a flamethrower.
And I can react to reduce the damage if they do hit me too. So
Yeah.
we are two people who are hard to take down.
Me, probably just the two I'm about to fight are going to be like my.
I mean, your job is going to be to secure the escape route and kill the other groups as they come around the bend for as long as it takes. We'll find out next time. We'll find out what we're doing next time. That's for next time us to deal with.
Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll see how much trouble you all get in the next episode, as well as I guess how much longer this campaign goes. Because depending on death save rolls and stuff, it could be
could be our last.
extremely short, or it could kickstart a gladiator arc, or
What, you think we're going to lose? What are you talking about?
I think it depends entirely on two things beyond my control. One, whatever plan the players come up with, which, if you've never DM'd before, you just have absolutely no idea how far beyond your control the players are.
Oh, God.
And how the dice fall, which
Nobody knows.
we've seen both ends of the spectrum for that. So,
I think that was my first double crit.
so if you enjoyed this type of content, we've got plenty of related stuff and a variety of systems from Savage Worlds, the Star Wars tabletop RPG system, more D&D, as well as just kind of a little bit of everything. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.